Thanks, Melanie. We saw another Kyle Bradish gem last night, going 7 innings with 4 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 6 Ks, as he continues to come back in the best way possible from Tommy John surgery. So this time on Annielytics, I'm going to break down some MLB Statcast numbers on the righty's sinker-slider combo, as well as 2 lefty bats that are getting on base as of late. I'm Klaff. Let's jump right in and start off with Kyle Bradish. So we'll start off with the slider first, which has just a 118 opponent batting average, and the horizontal break here is insane. In 2024, before his season-ending surgery, Bradish's breaking pitch had 11.8 inches of glove side movement, which was the 3rd best in baseball when compared to comparable pitches. Comparable pitches means anything within 2 miles per hour or half a foot of extension or release. It's essentially just an easy way to compare that total movement with pitches alike, since gravity plays a role. This year, the Bradish slider has 12.8 total inches of horizontal break, which is more than in 2024, and 9 inches more than the comparable pitches. The best right now on the slider is 10.6 inches versus the comparable, so Bradish is right up there. But now let's talk about the sinker, which travels arm side instead of glove side. This pitch doesn't really rank highly in its movement compared to other pitchers, but it does only allow just a .074 batting average and generates a +6 run value per 100, which averages out the amount of runs prevented on a specific pitch type across 100. That's the 2nd best sinker in all of baseball for those who have thrown a minimum of 50 pitches. It also gets Bradish a 44.4% strikeout rate, also the 2nd best among sinkers with that minimum of 50. So with that sinker-slider combo, the sharp horizontal movement on the breaking pitch, and just pitch tunneling, Bradish has looked elite in his return to the big leagues. But now I want to shift focus a little bit to the offensive side of things, specifically 2 lefty bats who've been getting on base. The first one is Beavers, and this rookie has an on-base percentage of .432 in his last 11 games, drawing 8 walks, which doesn't necessarily come as a surprise, considering in AAA he didn't really chase that much, and he had a walk rate in the 90th percentile according to Prospect Savant. Right now in the majors, the outfielder holds a walk rate of 20.8% and is chasing out of the zone just 17.1% of the time, which would rank highly on Statcast percentile rankings, but Beavers doesn't yet qualify. You can see here 4 walks drawn on the fastball. He also holds a +3.7 run value per 100 pitches on that 4-seamer, which is the 4th best for all MLB hitters with a minimum of 100 pitches seen. And sure, it might still be a small sample size, but he leads MLB, also with that minimum of 100 pitches, with a batting average of 500 on 4-seamers. Now, Beavers hasn't necessarily been slugging the ball lately, but with 8 walks in his last 11 games and a sprint speed in the 88th percentile, that's sure to help on the base paths with more chances. But the other lefty bat that's been getting on base lately is Holliday. Not only has been getting on base, but he's been hitting for power with a slugging percentage of .595 and an OPS of .1057 in his last 11 games as well. But that on-base clip is what I want to pay attention to. The second baseman holds an on-base percentage of .462 in that span with 10 walks. While Beavers' ability to draw walks follows suit with his typical plate approach, Holliday's a bit different. Even though he doesn't really chase all that much and is chasing actually almost 4.5% less than last year, the #1 overall pick in 2022's walk numbers on the season are fairly low. Especially compared to Beavers' 20.8% walk rate, Holliday's is 8.2 this year. So those 10 walks in 11 games are a great sign of pitch recognition and selectivity and understanding of the strike zone. It's also easy to forget sometimes that Holliday is still only 21 years old, so that puts things into perspective for a guy who still has untapped potential and is learning a lot in the big leagues. And he'll learn a lot more tonight in arguably his toughest matchup on the mound in Paul Skeens. Pretty much all of the right-hander's Statcast profile is in the red, meaning he's in the top percents for almost every category, including a walk rate in the 86th percentile. So both Beavers and Holliday might have a tricky time drawing a walk against a guy who's pitched in the zone 1,400 times this year and landed on the edge just over 1,200 times. That's 9th most and 5th most, respectively, in the majors. But that's enough for me here on Annielytics. Melanie, back to you.